Hello, this is Conrad Nunez with the MHC Healthcare Podcast, where we get to know the people behind the roles here at MHC. My next guest is a native Tucsonan, has been with New York Life Insurance for over 30 years, received the Golden Mike Award for reading on Sun Sounds of Arizona Reading Service for the Blind, and has served on the MHC Foundation Board for the past 3 years. Please help me welcome MHC Foundation Board President, Mr. Hoot Gibson.
Hey, thank you, Conrad. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for being on. This is a rare occasion where I don't really know the guest, so this is going to be a great example of getting to know you. So part of this podcast, get to know who you are behind this roles of our MHC Foundation. So please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm actually a native Tucsonan, which for someone my age is very rare. I was an East Ender, went to Saguaro High. Ended up going to Northern Arizona University to finish my multiple undergraduate. Then went to the U of A for graduate studies. Joined New York Life in 1988, and I've been a estate and retirement planner with them for now coming up 34 years.
It's a busy person.
Yep. MHC, I got involved with them because I used to be on the foundation board of Carondelet Health Network when Steve was there previously, and that dissolved, and we went on our way and stuff. And then when Steve came and joined MHC, he called me up and says, "Hey, you interested?" At the time, I was chair-elect of the Pima Community College Foundation, so I said, "I'll be on your board, but I can't do anything else." Since then, I have gone through the chair, and I am no longer on that board. I'm just timed out. And so I'm now, I guess, the president of the MHC Foundation Board.
Nice. Congrats. Thanks for taking that role. I know it's you have your life and you're busy, and then you still take on this big responsibility that MHC Foundation plays a big role in MHC healthcare. So
absolutely.
We appreciate that. Steve Stone is our director of the foundation.
Yeah.
So, of course, he was going to reach out to you.
Yeah, we've known each other for almost 20 years. So, yeah.
Long time.
Long time.
So, what else do you do for the community? I know there might be some radio reading.
Yeah, I am a radio reader for the blind on Sun Sounds Radio Reading Service here in Arizona. They have four branches, the main one being in Phoenix. And then there's a Tucson, an Ajo, and a Flagstaff branch.
So what does it consist of? Because this is the first time hearing it. So can you explain a little bit about what you actually do for that?
Sure. They do a combination of live and recorded readings, and they read everything. They read every magazine, every periodical, every newspaper, everything they can get their hands on to read. And you got to tune in and have a special tuner to get them, or get them over the internet like everybody else does these days. And my particular role, I've been assigned to read the newspaper every other Monday, and I've been doing that for 15 years, except during COVID.
So what's the main purpose would be just for the audience to just hear the newspaper?
Correct.
Okay.
Like I said, it's for the hearing impaired. Yeah, it's for the sight impaired. And when you can't read on your own, then we read the newspaper, and if you can see somewhat, you can follow, but I think most people just sit and listen to the articles.
So most of the audience, per se, is sight impaired for the most part?
If not 100%, 99.9 is, yes.
But something I've noticed, like when I listen to the radio, like it's almost like when you're reading a book, your imagination just tends to grow a little bit more.
That's exactly how we do it. And they read regular books as well as they do movie overlays where they'll play the movie in the background with a voice explaining what's going on.
Well, have you done that, or is it?
I have not done it as a broadcast, but I've listened to it, and you can see the movie in your head. It's amazing.
That's incredible. Well, the mind is a very strong muscle. So.
It is, very much so.
So moving on to now that you're board president, where are you as far as like learning? Because you've had the experience, so how does it match up to the other foundations that you've been part of?
Well, Conrad, here at MHC, I realize the foundation has been around a while on paper, but I don't think it's actually been functioning as a real solid foundation board for a very long time. What's happened in my predecessor, Herman, was, I think, the first president they've had of the foundation once it got reformed. He's a very busy man, as we all know, and so his term is up. He's been the president for 2 years, and I've taken over. I was on the board for 3 years as well, so I'm not just brand new to the board, but I am new to this particular position on the board. One of the things that I hope to accomplish is get the more of the logistics of the board put together. Get a few more officers, maybe a few more committees, things like that going. Obviously, being a foundation, our main function is pure fundraising, but we can have a lot of fun doing that, which is why we have the upcoming Balloon Festival as part of our major fundraiser for the year.
That's going to be huge.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. More now because we've grown as far as activities and things we're going to do, but this is our third one under our belt, so we kind of know what to expect and what things to work on and what things worked. So I'm extremely excited about that. I hope to see you there working also.
Oh, absolutely. You'll see me there working all kinds of different jobs.
On top of a hotter balloon, I hope.
Well, we'll see about that.
So when you were, not board president for those 3 years, were you able to kind of get the experience and be like, I want to do this this worked, this didn't? Did that help at all?
As far as?
It's like being just on the board, but not as a president.
Sure. Yeah, you can see what's functioning and what's not really working well, and things that kind of drop off or get forgotten or don't get forgotten. And you get a real good sense of what is and isn't going on. So when my time came up and it was time to take over, so I said, I think I'm going to be able to get more committees and a few more officers and really turn it into more of a functioning board than what it has been in the past.
Right. No, I think that's critical for a successful board to be a part of. So
absolutely.
That's great.
The other part that I really, really want to get going with the foundation is to not just establish, but really grow our endowment funds. Endowment funds in a foundation are very, very critical because that's where a lot of the funding comes from on an ongoing basis. I mean, we have a great fundraiser, made money, and we could help out a lot of different programs here at MHC. But when you have an endowment, you can help out programs continuously all the time. And then the fundraisers are more icing on the cake instead of the actual cake.
Awesome. Now you're talking like a true businessman, a true New York life businessman, which I think is a critical aspect. I think that's why the board gets different people from different types of backgrounds to fortify the board, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got all kinds of different backgrounds. We haven't really had our first board meeting yet that I'm president in. So that's going to be part of our first board meeting, is to get a little more organizing, finding what members have what type of talents they can bring to the board.
That's also important too, because everybody will bring something different, and then as a unit, just be that much more successful.
Absolutely. Like I said, we haven't had a meeting yet,
right.
So I'm just getting my feet wet.
Right.
And I'm getting to know a lot of the corporate board members, as well as a little more of the staff and the hierarchy of MHC itself, which, just being a foundation board member, you really don't get immersed in that too well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I thank you for that, because being president is just more than just a label or a role. You really have to, like you said, immerse yourself in pretty much everything. So the more active and the more participation you are, I think the more successful we're going to be. And I can see that. I mean, I reached out to you a few weeks ago and you're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's work it out. So for that, I thank you. It means a lot, because we all have busy lives, and with everything going on,
sure,
it could be difficult.
And I appreciate you reaching out right away as soon as I was named, even though I really didn't know anything yet, but I was willing to help out in any way I can.
No, but I think it's great, because a lot of us do have a lot of questions, like what's it made of, who's a board, members, who's a foundation president. So I think it's important to be active, not only just as a role, but as a whole community serving, us.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to take this platform to thank you. I know you took on a lot. I know we have the balloon glow, but at the same time, I'm really excited because I can see you want to be active and you want to restructure everything, and I think that's great. I think you're going to set a precedent for the future as far as structure, and it's only going to be that much more, successful thanks to you.
Well, we're going to work at it. I don't know how successful it'll be, but time will tell.
Well, I hope to. I'm going to bring you back. At least 6 more months, a year, to see how everything is going.
Oh, I'd be happy to come back and give you a report. And
I'm
update.
gonna have you bring back a report for me, see how everything's
Absolutely,
going.
that would be great.
I really appreciate you being on. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Conrad.
Thank you to our guest, Hoot Gibson. For more info on the MHC Foundation, visit us at mhchealthcare.org. And don't forget to like and follow us on social media.